Live, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining me here on IG and YouTube. Just running a bit behind, but we are on time, ladies and gentlemen. I got to get this countdown thing so that I can let you know how many minutes I am on. That I'll be working on in just a bit. But thank you very much for joining me here on Talk Live on IG and YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment on the road to 1,000 subscribers. So let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into it. Yes, indeed. As stated, the Super Bowl has come and gone, and thank God it's gone. Because Lord knows I'm a Bills fan, and I know that the New England Patriots had a magic carpet ride to the Super Bowl, which was undeserved, quite simply. Had the easiest schedule going into the Super Bowl as any. I think it was the third easiest schedule into the Super Bowl in history. In history of modern football, but they got there and they got their butt swept by a very good Seattle Seahawks defense, and damn, who's it now? I didn't forgot the damn Seahawks quarterback's name. Somebody in the comments will let me know. Anyway, they just managed the game. It was like 2000. It was like the 2000 Super Bowl all over again, ladies and gentlemen. When the Trent Dilfer, quarterback of the Baltimore Ravens, and the defense led by and the Baltimore Ravens defense led by, oh my God, Lord, I am going to do this right now. I can't believe I'm doing this. 2000. There we go. 2000 Ravens defense. Ray Lewis. There we go. Led by Ray Lewis, literally wiped the floor in that Super Bowl, and made Super Bowl history that year. And I just saw revisionist history with the Seattle Seahawks this weekend. So congratulations to Seattle. Thank you for sparing the bus of the Buffalo Bills. We're coming back stronger than ever, and I know I ain't gonna see those Patriots next year, because Lord knows they're not going to have the same schedules. They're going to have one of the toughest schedules in the NFL, and they are definitely not going to be back. They're going to be a 500 team as of next year. But let's get into it here on Talk Live, ladies and gentlemen. All around the Super Bowl, listen, I love the performance by what's it now? Oh my God, what am I doing here? Oh my God. Yes, indeed, by Bad Bunny. I love the Super Bowl performance by Bad Bunny. I think it told a lot about what was the history of Puerto Rico. And listen, that shambolic right-wing Super Bowl led by Turning Point USA was absolutely ridiculous, quite simply. Even though I am a man who has certain conservative values, I knew that they could not compete with Bad Bunny in that Super Bowl party. And Lord knows, they even shout out to DJ Ace. They even brought in a few of the Caribbean flags, such as Grenada, such as Guyana. I saw them too. Jamaica as well, Canada as well. So shout out to Bad Bunny. It was a terrific performance, and it's long overdue. So Bad Bunny did a terrific job on that Super Bowl performance, and shout out to Seattle Seahawks for a very, very good Super Bowl. But what we're here for is this. That's straightforward. Quite simply, the Seahawks deserved their Super Bowl plaudits. And here we are in the afterglow, and I can't wait for the 2026 NFL draft. But let's get into Cardi B. Cardi B was part of that Super Bowl halftime telecast, halftime show, and as one of the I would say, cameo. She made a cameo in that show, showing off her background, which is, I think it's Dominican or Puerto Rican herself, but she is Latina. She's part Latina herself, and she made an appearance at the Super Bowl, but she was there for another reason, that more importantly, and that was to support her. Her would-be fiance, would-be boyfriend, Stephon Diggs. And Stephon Diggs, well, he didn't exactly show out. He's a former Buffalo Bill himself, who didn't exactly have the greatest of games. He was more of a background, superficial, peripheral player during that Super Bowl. Didn't make many catches or many yards. But then again, it's not what's giving him headlines is not what he did on the field. It's actually what he did off the field, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get into that here on Talk Talk Live on IG and YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment on the road to 1,000 subscribers. We're getting into it right now. So let me get on to the Super Bowl here. Telecast right now here on Talk Talk Live. We're going to cue it up and we're going to get it up. Didn't mean to say it like that. We're going to cue it up right here. We're going to go first to the one and only Pink Boot Lessons, ladies and gentlemen. Their video, Dumb. Cardi B spent $1.2 million on the Super Bowl, then got dumped. Yes, indeed. So let's get into the YouTube. Let's get into the video as we go. Bang, bang. There it is, and bang. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, and yes, so let me hold on a second here. Okay, give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. I thought I had this queued up. There we go. Bang and bang. Okay, here we go. There we go. Bang. Got it. Okay, we're ready to go. We're ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining me here at Talk Talk Live on IG and YouTube. We're going to get on with this Super Bowl aftermath telecast. Cardi B and Stephon Diggs making the making a plum fool of themselves at the biggest spectacle in American sports. As we get into it here on Talk Talk Live, let's get into it.
When it comes for today's events and stuff, I don't know if it's true. I don't think it's true. I don't care to find out because I've been single for a minute now, but I have been afraid to not afraid, I just don't know how to tell the world. But I feel like today has been like a sign. The last time I got on live, I kind of wanted you guys to tell you. I kind of wanted to tell you guys, but I didn't know how to.
Why the f you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God, stop f***ing lying.
This woman is the biggest liar ever. She'll do anything and say anything, and the brain dead bottom of thought bucket flamingos that follow her will believe every single word. Doesn't matter how many L's Barney B the bodega thought bucket takes, they're going to find a way to excuse it or turn it into a win somehow. Well, there's no way to win here. Cardi B just took her biggest L yet. Just 2 weeks ago, she was all on the field with him talking about how they're going to the Super Bowl.
We're going to the Super Bowl! We're going to the Super Bowl! Super Bowl! You, Bobby. That little white girl said they weren't gonna win. That bitch, I told ya!
Then when the Super Bowl went down and his team lost, now she's, quote, been single for a while now.
Because I've been single for a minute now.
Come here. Shut your stupid ass up.
This has got to be the goofiest industry playing out right now.
Yes, it is the goofiest industry playing out right now. Let's face facts here. We all saw this coming. We knew that this is absolute karma for for Cardi B's past misgivings. If you didn't know, Cardi B used to be an adult entertainer, and in so doing, she was given opportunities with men in certain hotel rooms for which she did certain things to take men away from their legal tenders. You can do the research yourself. This is all allegation, of course, that yet to be proven in the court of law, but she did it. She allegedly did. She allegedly did, ladies and gentlemen. I can't say she did. Can't say she did it, but it's pretty much out there, and she's actually confessed to these certain things herself, so you can literally say she did it. But this is karma for those things that now she has her fifth child out there with Stephon Diggs, and she is left holding the bag, quite simply. Thought that she would be the prom queen when she is now in the dumps. Let's continue.
She had her PR team sending out the report that she was spending $1.2 million on a Super Bowl party, flying out 100 family members and friends, giving them jets and hotels, renting out venues, catering drinks, all this for all those people to watch her baby daddy play in the Super Bowl. Like just 2 weeks ago, it was all good. What happened? I'll tell you what happened. Is what happened. This one right here. Well, everybody...
As you can see, Stephon has a type. He does have a type. Quite simply. They look very similar to each other. Listen to you.
Everybody finding out about her that she showed up. That's what happened. This is the girl that Cardi B been playing competition with, and out of all the members of the BBL brigade, this one right here specifically, she just can't stump out. Pre is the woman Stefan calls his best friend, and you know that's some mess already, just like the other BBL lady that was his so-called chef. But back to Pre. She's been around for years before Cardi B, but she's also linked to Cardi B's husband, Offset. Word is Pre was Offset's side chick, and now it's looking like all those rumors could definitely be true.
So you mean to tell me in this love square that Offset's former wife is now with Stefan Diggs, and Stefan Diggs' former jump off was with also Offset. And now the two, Cardi B and this lovely lady to my left. Well, you're gonna have to see her. You can see her in a bit, right? This lady right here in the corner, right here. Yeah, this lady right here. This lady is now. Yeah. They're all related. So what was once Stefan Diggs jump off is now was Offset's jump off. And you know what? At the end of the day, who wins this whole battle? You'll see in a minute. But it's quite obvious that that of all these of all these individuals, one person would reign supreme. Let's continue.
You have some people saying Pre is just following up behind Cardi B, being connected to both Offset and Stefan. But nah, this is looking more like Cardi knew Pre was messing with her husband, so she went out to get revenge on Offset and Pre by getting with Pre's friend, Stefan. Now we see why she was moving so fast and got pregnant so fast. Cardi B pulled that whole play together. And at first, she tricked all the bird brains that followed her into thinking she was somehow coming up by dumping Offset and getting with Stefan. 2025 was the main year of this PR revenge relationship that went way out of control and really blew up in her face after Cardi B, a married woman, revealed she was pregnant by Stefan. Then we found out he had multiple women pregnant too, all at the same time. He had 4 babies in 1 year. Cardi B, she instantly became baby mama number 6. She had a...
Do you believe that? Ladies and gentlemen, Cardi B has become baby mama number 6. An A-list entertainer, quote unquote, is now baby mama number 6. And this is her 5th baby. She had, I believe, 1 before, then she had 3 with Offset, and this is number 5. So this is her 5th child. And this is Stefan Diggs 6, with 6 baby mamas. More to come about that later. Listen to you.
Revenge, baby. And even after all that, this one right here, the bestie with benefits, is still around. Cardi B was acting like she was going to be cool with joining Stefan Diggs' sister wife circle. She convinced herself that she was still better because she was famous and had money. Yeah, none of the other girls bothered her except for this one right here. So before the Super Bowl, it was confirmed that Pre was also in town too. She was with Stefan's family, with his mother, along with his other new baby mama, the woman that actually had his first son. She got an infant boy just like Cardi. And remember, I told you Cardi was trying to compete with the baby's gender, which is a very low down, pathetic game to be playing. But Cardi lost there too. She ended up being baby mama number 6, and she didn't have the first boy. So she lost that round too in the Sister Wife Olympics.
So you mean to tell me that this lady that you see here was one of 3? Count them. 3 baby mamas to appear on at the Super Bowl for Stefan Diggs. 3. There's one in the front row. There's this one, and then there's one Cardi B. You see, here's the thing, guys, and I've already said this on Talk Live. High value men, now, in the definition of chaos, high value men are not exactly athletes, but in this instance, we'll say it as such. But high value men will be of such high value that women will be willing to share him. And so said, so done. These girls with, well, with you know, with average 6 to 8 looks, these girls are all clamoring over one man, that is Stephon Diggs. He can have as many baby mamas as he wants. They'll all stick to him like glue. Because why? Because he has $1 million contracts. He's in the NFL. So you'll have women like this lining up just to be baby mamas, just to catch child support, just to catch alimony. This is the future. This is the future of dating. This is the future of relationships. This is the future of quote-unquote common law / marriage. You'll have a whole cluster of ladies around one man. Especially a man of high value. 3 ladies all brought their babies to this one place, the Super Bowl. Let's continue.
And not only was the other baby mama around at the Super Bowl, but Pri was also there. And she had the credentials too to be in the stands. She was on the sidelines, on the field, doing the team activities. And she was staying at the team hotel along with the rest of Stephon's family. The public found out about this. And Cardi B, once again, she was embarrassed. That's why she stumped out the Super Bowl immediately after that halftime show, the one they promoted for days, like she was going to be up there performing with a mic, bopping in the background as a backup dancer. And there's another one. She just kept taking all these L's. Cardi B was so embarrassed by the sister wife daily hip opera that she ran right up on out of there. It also made it very easy for her to leave, considering the Patriots were already down bad.
Oh, I love that. I love that the Patriots are down bad. Believe me, they deserve no part of that Super Bowl at all. Let's continue.
She figured there was no more clout to gain because he wouldn't get the championship ring, which means she wasn't getting one either. You know, they had Cardi believing that Stephon was going to propose to her if he won the Super Bowl. And honestly, I don't care if he was going to propose or not. First of all, how are you talking about engagements anyway, and you're already married? That's number one. And number two, marriage won't get rid of those other 5 baby mamas or whatever new baby mamas he got in the pipeline. Word is Stephon's got more on the way. You will forever be in this polygon with this man and all these other women. That's forever. And listen, a marriage won't get rid of Pri either. You should have learned that the first time. Now more than ever, it's been solidified that this whole Stephon play was for revenge. While Cardi and her delusional fans thought she was winning. Yeah, they thought it was all good last summer with these PR singles that didn't go anywhere, by the way. It was just more of that same bodega thought bucket trash music. But they thought a married woman getting pregnant by another man was cute. They did everything they could to justify this revenge, baby. And now, once again, she's looking like a complete fool while doing her best to gain sympathy from other idiots that's just as pathetic as her.
Absolutely spot on. Absolutely spot on, ladies and gentlemen. It seems that Cardi B has found her comeuppance. No doubt about that. This woman cannot be serious. She is a role model to ghetto mamas everywhere. She is a role model to ghetto mamas everywhere. Not only did she have a revenge baby for Offset leaving her, she got embarrassed at the Super Bowl as well. You can't make this stuff up. It is the ghettoest of ghetto tragedies all wrapped up into one. But listen, just like Mary J, these girls love some drama. They love some grief. They love some drama. They love some grief. Shout out to Steve, Tees, and Lana. They love some trauma. They love some grief. And here we are. You can't make this stuff up. How people can get mixed up with this girl and give this girl another baby. This is baby number 5. How Stephon, well, listen, Stephon don't give it, man. Listen, we're going to find out about Stephon in a minute. But Lord knows he has no filter. He has no control. He has no control whatsoever. This man has the D control as a yard man on a rampage. Let me tell you something right now. There's no doubt about that. This girl was she really thought that she could be Taylor Swift. She really thought that she could be the next Taylor Swift. Shouting out his own Super Bowl. Yeah, do you ever hear Taylor Swift? No, she going right off in the sunset. She's having Travis Kelce's one first child. This girl has 5 baby with 3 baby daddy. Wow. Unbelievable. Let's continue.
Listen, this lady spent $1.2 million on.
Listen, forget about that. She spent $1.2 million on a Super Bowl party. She flew in friends and family from around the United States to witness this coronation. Can you believe it? The L's just keep on coming for this lady. Let's continue. Oh, well, let's listen. Her Tasha K win will still be regarded in the annals of history as a big win, but she took a big L here. That Tasha K win pales in comparison to this L. Let's continue.
On a Super Bowl party that reportedly she didn't even go to. It's being reported that she wasn't there and Stefan wasn't either. And you're telling me the day after all of it was over, the end of the season, the playoff run, the Super Bowl, Cardi B is now telling people they've been broke up when she was just with him 2 weeks ago. You can't make this stuff up. I'm sorry, that won't clean this up. This big trick spent $1.2 million to look like a bigger dummy. Who even thought that was possible?
Well, I thought it was possible. If you're coming from a life of an adult entertainer, stupid is part of the DNA. Silly is part of your CV. And quite simply, embarrassment will always be just around the corner. Let's continue.
Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Tell me what you think about this below. Got us in a special thank you to our brother Dark Power, Thomas N, and Theo Coop. I appreciate you, Theo, for all of your support.
Let's keep it going. Yeah, this is about, okay, you may not have seen this, but this is when she was outside the Intercontinental Hotel in someplace. I think it's LA. And yeah, this happened. Yeah, she thought she was sweet in front of a robot. And then this happened.
When it comes for today's events and stuff, I don't know if it's true. I don't think it's true. I don't care to find out because I've been single for a minute now, but I have been afraid to I'm not afraid, I just don't know how to tell the world. But I feel like today has been like a sign. The last time I got on live, I kind of wanted you guys to tell you. I kind of wanted to tell you guys, but I didn't know how to.
There's nothing to tell, my dear. You didn't have to tell us. We have other people to tell us, ladies and gentlemen. But, yeah, Cardi B just telegraphed her own biggest L in Super Bowl history, being pumped and dumped. She thought she'd be the next Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift ain't got nothing on you. Nothing. She walked off into the striding into the sunset with her prom king dead in hand, and they are off playing their family while you are a clueless jump off. Anyways, thank you very much to Pink Boot Lessons doing wonderful things to YouTube streets. And their video, dumb. Cardi B spent $1.2 million on Super Bowl, then got dumped. Please like and subscribe to Pink Boot Lessons. Let's move on to the next one here. We've got my man, Chisha Zed and the Coffee Pot. And he's going to break this down from a male point of view. Lord knows he understands us. And he's got his video, Offset finally gets revenge on Cardi B after she bet on the wrong man again. Thank you very much for joining me here at Talk Live. We're going to get into this right here with the one and only Chisha Zed and the Coffee Pot. Please like and subscribe to Chisha Zed doing wonderful things to YouTube streams. Let's go.
just woke back up. But social media is clowning Cardi B because it was shown that she unfollowed Stephon Diggs and he unfollowed her after the Super Bowl.
I guess that's what breakups are these days. That you follow unfollow each other, without any. I guess that's the most peaceful thing to do. Let's continue.
Insult the injury, they claim she actually left the Super Bowl a little after the halftime show. Blog pages also show that his other baby mama was there front and center with their newborn wearing his jersey number.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
All right, so first off, I just want to be clear. When it comes to covering celebrities, my tradition has been to avoid the gossipy stuff and really get to the lesson learned here, because it's unbelievable to think that these are real people having real children, broken families, and masses of people look up to them and try to replicate that in their lives.
Listen, Chisa, it's no coincidence. These people came from struggle. Their fans are struggling. They're going to make struggle mistakes. I see no difference. I see every reason why these people follow up these two, because that's what they want to be. That's what they want to aspire to. Because they came from the struggle. They came from the dirt. They came from the mud. So their mistakes are their own mistakes, only on a higher level, only on a more universal plane. And with that, they live vicariously through them, which is stunning to me, because all the mistakes these people are making, you should avoid. But anyway, they would love to have the means to make these mistakes on a I wouldn't say wealthy, but on a richer, more lucrative level. And quite simply, if any of these people are given the means that Cardi B and Stephon Diggs have, they make the same mistakes too. Guaranteed. So I do not, for the life of me, ever think that this is something that I can't ever not see the correlation between these two groups. That is Cardi B and Stephon Diggs, and those who have come into money through their entertainment and sports experiences, and the fact that these people have lived a certain lifestyle, lived a certain way for years, and those mistakes will reoccur. Let's continue.
What I would like to focus on here is a continuation to a video I made a while back. It's the one up here at the very top with the thumbnail title, Cardi B is a loser. Now, a woman was talking about how she thinks Cardi B is a loser, and she was mainly focused on how she really believes she had a child with Stephon Diggs to get over the last man. And to my disbelief, I was reacting to chicks who were like, yeah, they didn't see anything wrong with that. In fact, they were encouraging that. And I thought that was absolutely crazy.
You and anybody worth their salt in sense would know that's crazy. It's just that ghetto is as ghetto does. Struggle is as struggle does. No matter if you are on the top levels of society down to the down dirty, all these mistakes are going to reoccur. It's just moving in and out the players, the actors, the scenery. It's the same thing. Let's continue.
Why did I think that getting pregnant to get over your ex-husband is insane? Well, for a lot of reasons, right? But the main one being is a lot of people somehow thought that this new guy and her were going to last. And it finally hit me like, hold on, there are women who look up to Cardi B and really look at their own dating lives and think to themselves, how can I replicate that? What would Cardi B do? Let's do that. And to me, that was insane. But before we continue that last video, here was one of the most, I believe, one of the most disrespectful things I've ever seen posted online. In 2024, Offset made a Twitter post that pretty much said, hey, you're my baby mama. I won the game, right? This is the complete tweet here. He's like, you're a single mom. You're my baby mom. I won. I won this thing. Now, what does he mean by I won? Obviously, they were going back and forth. I believe they're still going through their divorce to this day. And this was him being petty. And one of his arguments is like, you will always be the mother of my children. You will always be one of my baby moms.
Which she had 3 with Cardi B. That's Offset, if you didn't know. That's the guy on the right there. And he actually was the real winner in this whole altercation. In this whole debate. It's Offset who won the war. And you'll see in a minute. Let's continue.
I won. Here's what I think. If I was personally ever in a situation like this, God forbid, I had a baby mom, which I don't, I would not think I won at anything. And we do not celebrate that here on this channel. Now, that doesn't take away from the blatant disrespect of what was happening here and what was said. But of course, that's not what we celebrate here or stand for. Regardless, what's crazy is she went on to also be impregnated by another man. And here we are today. FathersHaveRights.com is the sponsor of this
Forward here, ladies and gentlemen.
expert attorney.
For a reason. Some saying that this was just a publicity stunt, that if he won the Super Bowl, she would have gladly stayed in order to flex. Even Offset fans are saying that she chose a dude that she knew was worse than Offset. I'm gonna be honest, the only people that are shocked by this situation are the parasocial Cardi B fans. Because sports fans been told y'all how Stephon Diggs is.
Yes, indeed. Stephon Diggs is not exactly the best examples here. He's already had 5 kids with 5 baby mamas, invited 2 of his love interests to the Super Bowl, I wouldn't say excluding Cardi B. He had 3 girls at the Super Bowl right there. 2 of them with his babies. Make that make sense. But this man, Stephon Diggs, is messy. That's the reason why the Buffalo Bills, my team, got rid of him. They knew that this man was toxic. Get him out of here. He always wanted the ball. He always wanted to be number 1. He always wanted to be the center of attention. And the same goes into his romantic life. He always wanted the ball. He always wants these girls, always wants to be the center of attention, always wanted to be glorified by them. And having 3 of them showed up to a Super Bowl is diabolical, and yet it's so fitting of the one they call Stephon Diggs. Let's continue.
Man, keep getting exposed for crazy, wild stuff while you with Cardi. Some of y'all actually believe the Patriots was going to win because of Cardi B and Stephon Diggs' relationship. That's what really was funny to me. Y'all lost money for no reason. But y'all kept excusing all that off the strength of y'all hate Offset so much, y'all want her relationship with this man to work.
Absolutely true by the TikToker there. I don't get. I think it's Free K. I think or something to that effect. But absolutely true. These girls were so delusional. They so wanted Cardi B to win over Offset that they would forgive a man who had 5 babies with 5 different baby mamas because he was the jump off from Offset. Make that make sense. They so wanted Cardi B to win that they would allow as will be described here, a demon such as Stephon Diggs to run right through her and let her know that no, you will never be the only one. My semen will go on. I will move forward in my plans to populate the earth, and you will not stop me. Unfreaking believable. But here we are. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are. Here we are. But again, they see Cardi B as this urban queen that has overcome so many hurdles and obstacles and was, even though she did engage in criminal activity, self-confessed criminal activity, they see her as the role model to all ghetto queens everywhere. That they can aspire to get a a bottle shot caller and wean money out of him and be the prom queen for him amidst all these sort of desires, but they'll never be the only one. I'm just telling you. High value men will always want something new. But Cardi B thought that her place in society would have her different. And everybody was preying on that. But unfortunately, it was time to pay the piper. And when the piper was paid, Cardi B got played. Let's continue.
So bad.
There are people who are just like, their goal in life is to destroy themselves. Both of these individuals here, both of these celebrities, it looks like are setting themselves up for pain. You've got Stefan Diggs, who reportedly has 6 children with 6 different women.
Yes.
Including, of course, Cardi B. When you look at why a lot of athletes and entertainers go broke, you don't have to look too far to see the type of decision making that leads to their demise.
Yeah.
And then you have Cardi B, who I don't think she's done having children, right? And there are young people who look at these two and think to themselves, I want that for myself. And I sit there and I think, wow, have you thought about what it costs to raise up those kids? Have you thought about you getting locked up when you're not able to pay child support? Have you thought about how your paychecks are going to be garnished? Hell is waiting for you.
Yep.
Now, of course, these are typically people who, no matter what you say, they will not listen. They have to go through hell and back. So here's an interesting video I think you guys would enjoy here of Ebony K. Williams discussing the Cardi B situations, particularly Offset pretty much saying, hey, I won. You're my baby mom. It is what it is.
Before we go there, before we hear the words of Ebony K. Williams, shout out to my man Chisa Zed doing this research, and also like, subscribe to Talk Live on IG, YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I want to say something about Ebony K. Williams because there are parallels between her life and Cardi B's life. Both these girls were, well, they came from rough upbringings. I think Cardi B's followers in her life, but definitely not Ebony K. Williams. She was raised by a single mother who worked hard, got to give her daughter an education. She went to law school, became a lawyer, a successful one, became a judge. But she as well thought that she was, with her education, was above reproach. Thought that she was single, independent, didn't need a man. But she tried. She really, really tried. But you could actually see a downfall was coming. She wasn't humble enough. She was fit, she was feminine, she was friendly, but she wasn't cooperative, she wasn't submissive, and no man would take her on. To the point where she wasn't Cardi B in the sense of having a man give her the baby that she wants. As Cardi B's had 5 now. No. Ebony K. Williams decided to go the single independent route and was inseminated with child. Shout out to Vladdy Zoo. Tough game today. Yes, indeed, it was a tough game today, but we will roll on. We will be strong, and we'll get that title. Okay? I'm booking my trips for May. Shout out to my man Vladdy Zoo. But Ebony K. Williams is a cautionary tale because she did not want to be cooperative submissive. She did not want to be a man's helpmate. And so she is alone. And she is inseminating herself. So There's a parallel here of a woman who raised herself above her means and decided, hey, I'm bigger, I'm better, I'm going to be a winner. But she didn't realize that there were certain things she had to do to be that winner. And now, being a single mom, like her mother, so that her mother tried so desperately to extricate her daughter from that sort of reality, she is left with only her regrets. Shout out Lana. She's left with only her regrets. But again, she thought that she was smarter than the average bear. She thought that her place in society would give her certain trappings of wealth and duty and honor and men of a certain caliber of high value. And she had to spend her own money for her own baby. Make that make sense. But let's hear what Ebony K. Williams has to say about things.
I think it says a lot when Cardi B, going through a separation and divorce with her, I guess, estranged husband, now Offset, and the most visceral, violent, kind of derogatory thing he could call her and refer to her, I won. I made a baby mama out of you. Of all the things,
right?
All the things. This is 2025. We got a lot of things we could be and call folks. And we do. Yeah. That was the most horrific undermining of her success. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, there are two things that will absolutely cut women to the core. Two things. Two words that will cut women to the absolute core of their being and will literally have them fighting. Have them fighting you. Number one, calling them a hoe. And bitch is so, ubiquitous. They don't mind that. That slides out their back. Call them a hoe now. Call them a whore. That hurts. That cuts to the core of their being. That's the first thing. The second thing, as Ebony K. Williams so eloquently put, being called a baby mama. That means the one thing you couldn't do in this world, the one thing that you should have done in this world, you did not accomplish. You are now a baby mama. Because women have one job, and it's a very easy job. Secure a man and have his name tied to yours. One job. If you can't do that, on many an occasion, that cuts to the core of your being. That cuts you to the quick. That literally sizes you up and slays you down. Being called a whore, being called a baby mama will always keep a woman humbled. Because the one thing you're brought to this earth to do is to bring children to this world, yes, but with a man of a certain standing, of whom you're given his last name. So to do it on your own, or be forced to raise a child on your own, that, my friends, is where regret lives. Shout out to Lana. Let's continue.
Yes.
Her status,
right,
and her societal value, and he knew it.
And he knew it.
And he knew it, and everybody that heard it in that moment knew it.
Yes.
That is just how weaponizing the term baby mama and single black mama can be. And so much of my work, Danielle, and why I was so grateful to you and the publication to be able to tell.
Watch the cap here, people. Watch the cap. She's going to come for herself. Watch now.
So much more of my story beyond just the eggs and the embryos piece. And that's important.
Yes.
But let's get to like the psychology.
Yes.
Let's get to the emotional impact.
Right.
For those of you guys who may be confused, like she's talking about embryos and eggs. Ebony K. Williams, a while back, announced that she was going to go the embryo IVF route to have a child, to be what she is to this day, championing proudly, because she believes that this is something the world needs more of. Proud single moms. And
yeah, so in a way, Ebony K. Williams is a baby mama herself. Did you see that? Did you see that, ladies and gentlemen? She has become a baby mama herself. She's alone. She's single. She doesn't share a man's last name. Yes, she'll cover it in the, in the absolute excuses that that she's strong and that she's independent, that she's willing to go take this on her own, and she's willing to bring a baby to this world and show her love. It's all bull. She failed at securing a man. She failed. She failed. She failed. She failed. It's a failure. No matter how you put it, this girl and she's of good looks. She can go from a 6 to an 8 on her day. But she couldn't secure a man. Why? Because she wasn't submissive. She wasn't cooperative. So she became a baby mama on her own. Think about that. Just like Cardi B. Now she think that, she's because of her legal status in the profession that, that she's above that name. But she is that name. She is baby mama. She'll offer excuses. She'll offer utter cap. But at the end of the day, that's exactly what she is. And it's not necessarily because a man made her so. She made it herself. She did it all by herself. Another lesson to be learned. Let's continue.
And she's trying to make this almost sound like the women who are choosing to be single moms are somehow oppressed, that they didn't choose this life, that they need a voice to speak out for them, right? That they're not getting their cheeks clapped. It's just crazy stuff. Listen to her talk about this.
Standing up in, shall we say, Trump's America, God's America, but under the dictatorship of this thing, and say, I'm going to raise my hand and I'm going to be a black single mother and I'm going to stand in it. I'm not going to let you shame me. I'm not going to let you try to.
You shamed yourself, dear. You did that all by yourself.
Dehumanize me. I'm not going to try to let you make me abba. No. Because
How brave.
How brave.
I don't represent a poverty story. I don't represent a story of regret or what's the word or the framing, like worse circumstances. This was my first choice. This was not plan B or C.
No, this was your plan B, C, D, E, and F. Believe me, you tried to secure a high value man. They didn't want you. This was your alternative. These are your alternative options. You did not come out of law school at 26 or 27, 28, wherever it was, and say to yourself, I want to be a single mother when I grow up. No, you didn't. That's not what your mother wanted for you. That's not what you wanted for yourself. You thought that your looks will get you that high value man you wanted, and you thought you deserved. However, your attitude has landed you in baby mama status. Shout out to my man Troy. It landed you in baby mama status. So no matter how much you try to spin this, it is what it is. This is your alternative. No man was deemed good enough, and no man wanted to be associated with you. So guess what? You're left with this. You're a baby mama now. Stand in it, sit in it, whatever you want to do with it. But that is your fate. Let's continue.
Liberty and her conception, and I speak only for that, was my plan A. This was my preferred way to navigate motherhood.
No, she wasn't. She's lying to you all. Please believe me.
For my child and for me.
I hope you guys heard that. Ebony K. Williams here says, hey, I wanted to be a single mom by choice.
Yeah.
She means this. And not too long ago, I actually did like a more in-depth video of her explaining why exactly she chose to go this route. And to those of you who haven't seen that video, it's terrible. She pretty much admits that the reason she decided to be a single mom by choice is because she is in the perfect position where if she was to have a father for her child, she's the boss babe who spends most of her time working, and he would most likely work less than her. In the case that he would want to fight for full custody, he has a good chance at winning because he'd be seen as, you know, the more stable parent. And not only that, this is where it gets crazy. She did it to avoid paying child support. Because a lot of people don't understand that family court, though it's not changing at the rate that men would like it to, you know, a lot of people believe it should change. It is changing. And she spoke about how she's seen and she knows successful women who they are the men who they at what point were looking for, decided to have children with another man, and he's not as successful. He doesn't work as much. But hey, they had a child together. He goes and wants full custody. He gets it. He gets it.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
And then what happens after that? Well, now she has to pay child support because how much child support you pay is based on how much you have that child, how much you spend time with that.
Well, see Halle Berry. Halle Berry's got to pay 2 baby daddy's child support. Yeah. Make that make sense.
That child. And so to avoid that, she just decided, you know what? I'm not even going to put myself in that position. Let me just go the IVF route. And so she not only did that, she went and partnered up. I remember she was partnered up with some company and like was, I don't know if they were sponsoring her, so on and so forth. She was on like some press tour. This here was Cardi B with Gayle King talking about how she's yet again a baby mama.
Okay, before we get into Cardi B, can you believe the absolute depths that this woman went to in order to avoid having a man in her life? She said, no, I don't want a man in lower standing of me, or a man earning less than me, so he could have custody of the child and give child support, so I'm going to have it on my own. After this, she realized that she could be no man's helpmate. But that's what happens when you come from a single mother household. You think that that single independent gene is strong and will thwart any advances of a man. So here we are. So much so that she studied law and realized that she didn't want to give up any child support or custody, so she had the baby on her own. Stunningly ridiculous. Let's continue.
Well, yes, I am. I'm having a baby with my boyfriend, Stefan Diggs.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. How are you feeling about that?
Really?
And that this will be baby number 4 for you, Cardi.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, that was baby 4. That was baby 4. Well, I thought, okay, no, that had to be baby 5 because I think she had 1 and then she had the 3 with Offset. Yeah, she had 3 with Offset, and then she had 1 further one. So this would be baby number. Okay, if it's number 4 or number 5, it's one of those ones, anyways. But I thought she had 1 before. I could be wrong. Let's continue.
I'm actually I'm excited. I'm happy. I feel like I'm in a good space. I feel very strong. I feel very powerful that I'm doing all this work, but I'm doing all this work while I'm creating a baby. Me and my man were very supportive of each other.
You know, there was all sorts of speculation. Is she not? Did you decide that you weren't ready to talk about it? What was your thinking there? Why did you think, okay, now I'm going to talk about it?
By the way, now that I talked about it, y'all better get my album. Y'all wanted to know, right? Now y'all know. Now y'all could buy my album so I could buy Pampers and diapers and all that type of stuff.
Not exactly the best of albums, to be fair. Let's keep it a buck. Let's continue.
I told ya. Now go support my album because I'm a mother of 4 now.
Yes.
But no,
It's not a little bit embarrassing. Like a little bit. It's not a little bit embarrassing. It's even just a little bit.
It's like, can I just say it on my own time? Like, I'm not hiding.
Yeah, on my own time.
Like on my own time. Yeah, it's like on my own terms. Let me close some deals first. You know what I'm saying? Let me close some deals first. And it's like, you know what? You don't really want to say right away that you're pregnant. Like, it's like, let me see a couple of more sonograms. Let my baby be healthy.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Gotta give her that. It's a good point. You typically want to wait a little bit because you don't know. People have miscarriages and things like that.
You know what's so crazy? I haven't till today. Matter of fact, I have to tell them this week before this interview come out. I haven't even told my parents.
No way, Cardi.
I haven't told my parents. They just be looking at me like,
Cardi. Wait. Back up. Why haven't you told them?
Because I'm scared of them. I'm very scared of them.
Listen, guys, of course, curious to know, what do you think? Leave your comments down below. Check out a few comments, see what the people have to say. So we're back to our first video here announcing that they broke up. Is it true? Is it not? Who knows, man? Top comment says, Offset right now. That's hilarious. And somebody responded back and says, so excited he didn't spell it right. And somebody else here says, wait, did he post that? Did he post that? Okay. Let's see. Offset, embarrassing. Oh, I guess he looked like
Okay, he's gonna just go through a few more comments, ladies and gentlemen. So we're gonna move on here with the one and only Jada Black and his commentary on things that we're gonna line up tonight. So shout out Jada Black and his video. I want to heal you. NFL running back, wide receiver Stephon Diggs ran game on Cardi B after divorce and now she wants Offset. Yes, the circle of life, ladies and gentlemen. We've come full circle here. Shout out to the man Jada Black. Please like and subscribe to Jada Black doing wonderful things in the YouTube streets. Let's get into this. Fair use. Let's go.
Stephon Diggs. I want to talk about Cardi B. They've been trending since the Super Bowl, due to them unfollowing each other. Now, I did a video on my second channel, Basic Social Politics with Jada Black. I'll link that video in the description box, and make sure y'all go and subscribe to that channel. I put a lot of content up there that I'm not putting on this channel. Also, make sure you like that video and like this video and hype it up too, because I'm going to try to land my plane on this particular topic, because I feel like these two deserve each other. I think Cardi B made a huge mistake thinking that she got with a guy who was going to be monogamous and faithful to her after leaving Offset for cheating, even though DJ Academics claims that she told him that she did not leave Offset for cheating. She left him because he was disrespectful. We don't believe that, okay? When those cheating rumors heated up with Offset, you were ready to get out of there, right? And I think that Cardi B got a bit of karma that she wasn't expecting. I think Cardi B thought that she'd hop into this relationship with this NFL player and he would treat her better, because according to, I saw a post where apparently Cardi B had mentioned how when she was going through her problems with Offset, Stephon Diggs contacted her, because they were contacting each other behind Offset's back, and he said that he could heal her. Y'all know this is game, right? Listen, let me tell you something, ladies. Whenever a man tells you that he's ready to heal you, you might want to go in the other direction, all right? Because he's just looking to hit it. You're a trophy. That's what you are, Cardi B. You are a trophy. That's what you were. You are a conquest. And when he got with you and he realized, man, why am I with her?
Good point raised there by Jada Black. There's a difference between being a wife and being a conquest. We all know what a conquest is in male terms. But being a wife is so much more. That means attaching your last name to this woman, that she is virtuous, that she is of sound mind and body. She's fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive. She represents you and your life choices, and the good life choices at that. So for Stephon, he clearly didn't want this woman representing him at all. Shout out to Chanel. She clearly didn't want him representing him at all. At all, at all, at all, at all. And he did what he did. Invited these other two girls down to the party. Yes, Cardi B spent $1.2 million on him. But he was saying, listen, I understand you've done all these things for me, and I appreciate that, but at the end of the day, I'm a Rolling Stone. I'm gonna keep moving. I'm gonna keep it moving on you. And you're gonna have to accept these ladies that I got here. If not, then c'est la vie, we move on. And so that is what Cardi B represents. No matter what her fans say, to Stefon Diggs, Cardi B was a conquest. Cardi B was a conquest. Make no doubt about that. No equivocation or word of a lie here. Everybody thought, oh, she's the queen. She's going to be the next Taylor Swift. No, you're not. You will be baby mama number 6. That is your name. You'll be baby mama number 6. Cardi B, that was your free name. Your new name is baby mama 6. To me, that was. Such was the L bestowed upon Cardi B that fateful day, Super Bowl Sunday. Let's continue.
He started screwing other women, and I've made videos on it. But apparently, I did not know the depths of his screwing different women, but this guy is a demon, okay? People thought Offset was a demon when it came to screwing a whole bunch of different women. Stefon Diggs on a whole nother level. A whole nother level. Because not only was he celebrating being in the Super Bowl with Cardi B and bringing her there, he brought his best friend side chick Pre, and again I spoke about her in my other video. She's there with his family. Cardi's not even with his family. Pre is with his family. You know why? Because I think Cardi B realized how much of a dummy she was, and I think that's when she started to distance herself from him. I mean, how are you with this guy? You were basically going to throw a $1 million party thinking that he was going to win. I don't know why you thought he was going to win. I didn't even think the Patriots were going to win that game. And you're not even with his family. You're not with his mother. You're not with any of his peoples. But Pre is. Pre is with them because that's been his long time, screw buddy. And Cardi B she knew she was looking worse and worse, but she was there for the clout. Now, apparently, she's just now starting her tour. It hasn't gotten off to the best start. I mean, people are clowning her all over social media. And I just think that Cardi B is a mess.
No, Cardi B is a ghetto love story put to film. That's what it is. It's full of pathos. It's full of highs and lows. Full of romance. Full of, intimacy. It's full of all these things. But at the end of the day, there comes usually an unhappy ending. Certain cases, these sort of love study, an urban love story such as this can have a happy ending, but in this case, it didn't. And it usually doesn't. Why? Because these people make bad choices. Stefon Diggs realized that this woman would never be that woman that he brought to the Super Bowl that he introduced to his mom. He said, no. This one is going to be my bottom. Cardi B was a conquest. That girl was, one for the books. That was. Then you had one baby mama in the audience too. The other baby mama, the third girl, that one was, okay, you bringing my son, okay, you can come on down. All right, fine. That's cool. We had 3 ladies out there, but the one that was with his mama, That's the one he wants to build a life with. That's the one. That's the one. Cardi B was nowhere near that. Because Stefon Diggs knew, even though he was a train wreck, she was a bigger train wreck. She was a bigger train wreck because with all this status, with all this money, with all this notoriety, fame, celebrity around her, she'll always be that girl who stole money from men's pockets in hotel rooms. And that I don't want to be associated with. Sorry. Don't want to be associated with that at all. The lady in the audience with the with my mother, yeah, we'll see what she we get on really good, especially when it's time, and that's cool. But this one here, I'll just say, okay, this is a notch on the belt, on the bedpost. Gave her a child, yeah, okay, but they'll be well taken care of, that sort of thing. But that child that she brought into the world, what does it represent? It represents an L, unfortunately. Hopefully the child goes on to do great things, but it represents an L. On Cardi B's part, because she chose wrong. And the world was there to see it all.
Okay. And now she's backtracking. People said that, well, she followed Offset. When I went and did my research, she's not following him unless she followed him and unfollowed him. I saw there were rumors that she's trying to reconcile with Offset. I would not be shocked at all. This relationship with Stefon Diggs was a complete disaster, as everybody knew it would be. Because we've been knew the type of guy he is. This guy there's a man out there who said that Stefon Diggs tried to assault him. And that was before y'all got together. And now he's impregnating all these women to prove that he is as straight as an arrow. And again, Cardi B, you chose this guy.
She did.
Again, did you not do any research? You're perpetually on social media. I'm pretty sure you've seen things, but he has money and he's an NFL player. She saw the amount of attention that Taylor Swift was getting for being at Travis Kelce's games, and she thought, why not me? And I think that's one of the reasons why she got with him. A guy, again, who doesn't know what monogamy means, a guy who is out here just dipping in anything. That's the guy she wanted to be with. We've been knew this stuff about him. You weren't even with his family during the Super Bowl. Maybe because his family doesn't like you, Cardi. Or maybe, and people saying, well, this is a promoter tour. Let me tell you something. No relationship is going to help ticket sales. No relationship is going to help the quality of her tour. Stefon Diggs is out here getting mocked. He's getting mocked by 50 Cent. Listen, Mace and Cameron even spoke on this, right? I mean, this relationship has been a complete sideshow. And let's not forget Stefon Diggs sharing cryptic posts. And I don't even think he put up, you know how people put up like the multi-slide pictures on their, the multi-picture slides on their Instagram. I don't think he posted Cardi. If he did, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think he did. This relationship was a complete sideshow. Yep. And I think she realized that she was in a relationship with a guy who was worse than Offset. But let me tell you, this was all by design. You know why I think this was all by design? I think that Stefon Diggs wanted out of this relationship months ago. She got pregnant and had this child. He didn't want to break up with her while she's pregnant. But I think after she had that child, it looks to me like he's been sabotaging this relationship ever since. He's been sabotaging it. All these women coming up pregnant. You got women who are publicly posting things, posting themselves around Stefon. And he's allowing it.
He's had 4 children in 1 year. 4. Cardi B, I think, was one of the last, but had 4 4 baby mamas in 1 year. This man right here, this man right here is an absolute demon when it comes to dealing with women. This guy is bad news. There were rumors that, around the league that no teammate wanted their sister to deal with this man because they knew how bad he was when it came to women. He was no one to date, no one to marry, because he was all about getting in and getting out. And unfortunately, one of the biggest modern women out there was his victim. But, a fool and their money are soon parted. Especially 1.2 million of it.
Because you mean to tell me that women who he's been screwing for years, he couldn't tell them, hey, don't you post nothing when we together. And they do it anyway. It's because he's okay with it. He doesn't want to be with Cardi. He stayed because she was pregnant, but now that the child is born, he's sabotaging this relationship. But that doesn't make him look good either, because he wanted the clout. He wanted to screw her because he felt like she was a trophy. She was a conquest. Yeah, that's what she was. And Cardi doesn't understand that she was that's what she was. These women actually believe this. They actually believe that these guys are there for the right reasons. No, he's there to screw.
Yep, that was his choice.
Anybody, he's there to screw. And we been knew he was a demon. We been knew this.
He was.
How can you leave Offset and get with Stephon of all people? His own teammates, and this was over 10
Here we
years
go.
ago.
Here we go.
His own teammates said that they would never want their sister to date him. But here you go, because Cardi, you like these type of men. You like men who are flawed. You like men who screw different women. That's what y'all want, and y'all claim that's not what y'all want. But
Cardi B and many of her ilk like men who are Rich Pookie and Ray Rays. There it is. The athletes, the entertainers, that's exactly what these women love. They don't like good men. They like challenging individuals, challenging men who are not there for them. They're there for their own aggrandizement, their own status and wealth, their own conquest. And Cardi B was one of them. That lady right here, she was one of them. Nothing else to say. Nothing else to do. Unfortunately, Cardi B, you are through. And you have just shown modern women around the world that if you don't have the right mindset and choose correctly, you'll never win. Even the smartest among us, Ebony K. Williams, not the smartest among us, Cardi B, you all suffer the same fate. If you think that you can outsmart men who can do as they please. High value men, that is. Let's continue.
That's what y'all want. Y'all don't want no monogamous man who's good to you. Y'all want degenerate men.
Yes.
Y'all want men who are problematic. Because, again, Cardi B is perpetually online. She's online constantly. You mean to tell me that you didn't see the things he was getting into? the different women that he's been dealing with. Now, I will say there was a time where you didn't really know much about his personal life, but over the last couple of years, we've been seeing more and more, and that was before he got with her.
Yep.
But she wanted to be like Taylor Swift, and she wanted to get into a relationship with an NFL player so she can be seen in the sports space, right?
Indeed. Cardi B wanted to be Taylor Swift so bad. She really, really, really did. She aspired to be the one. She really wanted Taylor Swift's life. Right off into the sunset with Super Bowl champion. The thing about it is, Travis Kelce doesn't have a kid out of wedlock. Travis Kelce does not get with women with children already. He gets with one of the biggest stars in the world. Yeah, exactly. But she's not thrown herself around the way Cardi B has. Oh no. Oh no. He wouldn't make such a mistake. But Cardi B really thought that she was like Taylor Swift. But unfortunately, class lines and certain mindsets place them in totally different spheres. At polar opposites, quite simply. And we are here left to see the wreckage. We're here to see the difference. And I don't think Cardi B will ever learn. I think she'll have another child by another man. And she'll do this all over again. Because I think part of her appeal, part of her brand, is being the Jill's baby mama. And that will continue. And she'll have her fans of Jill's baby mamas. Just like Mary J had fan appeal with ladies who have been done wrong. Cardi B has an appeal with baby mamas. There it is. Who are down bad and can't seem to get it right. Luckily, Cardi B has managed to make it through the records. We'll see how long of her career she has, but this is a massive L to take at this time of her life.
That's one of the draws of it. And also because look at her music career. It's struggling. People are putting up posts saying that her tour is needing seat fillers. 100% for the clout. And I think Stefan could see that in her. Took advantage of it. But she was a willing participant.
Yes, she was.
Because Cardi B believes that she's smart. She tries to act like she's smart and she especially street smart. So you should understand a guy who's just with you just cause. There's no plan, any of that. But every chance he got, he was around other women, embarrassing you, making you look like a complete fool. And what could Cardi do? She pregnant by this guy. She has his child. What is she gonna do? She has to sit up. She has to shut up and smile. And that's what she did. She shut up and smiled. And that's what she's still doing. Because, Cardi usually would go to social media ranting. She hasn't done that recently. Why do you think that is? Because she realized that she does not have power in this situation. And she realizes that people are just going to mock her even more. So she has to pretend like she's okay with his behavior. Oh, she's going to tell DJ Academics, oh, she didn't leave Offset for cheating. She left him because he was disrespectful. Do y'all believe that? She's trying to move the goalpost. And then you got her sycophant fans who sit up there and make excuses for her. They windmill for her. they make it seem like everybody's just attacking her for absolutely no reason. No, it's because she runs her mouth and says things, and y'all sit up there and you sweep for her.
Absolutely correct. Yeah, she's got her own fan base, and they'll always try to cover for her. But at the end of the day, there's no covering this up. She put this on a major scale by publicizing her relationship with Stephon Diggs during his Super Bowl run. She thought that she could be Taylor Swift. No. And what compounds is that she had a baby with Stephon Diggs. Taylor Swift, she knows better than to make these sort of mistakes. Her PR team makes sure that everything is set in place. This is just wild and messy. But this is your ghetto queen, ladies and gentlemen. This is your ghetto queen right here. Unbelievable. Stunning. But we're going to leave it there. And we're going to end the show right there. Shout out to my man Jada Black, doing wonderful things in the YouTube streets. Thanks very much for his video. I want to heal you. NFL wide receiver Stephon Diggs ran game on Cardi B out divorce, and now she wants Offset. Well, that remains to be seen if she runs back to Offset again, but I don't think Offset wants her to run back to him. I think the divorce proceedings will be finalized, and we will move forward with a divorce, ladies and gentlemen. Cardi B is a cautionary tale, but it's in a long line of modern women getting it wrong. Just getting it so wrong. And you think she would want to be humble in these sort of circumstances. No, she took a big swing. Touting him as a boyfriend, having a baby with him, wanting to have a marriage. When Stephon was thinking something completely different. And here we are. Who's holding the L? Not really Stephon. Stephon's going to move on. He will move on. There will be other women for Stephon. Guaranteed. There will be a potential 7th, 8th, maybe 9th. Because that's what athletes do. There will always be a woman right there for him. But as for Cardi B, she's going to have to, I would say, make her relax and just cool out for a few months, if not years, here. And really see the forest for the trees. How old is Cardi B right now? Cardi B is, I think she's in her 30s right now. Let me just see right now. Cardi B. Cardi B is about, she is 33. She's 33. So, maybe she'll have another child, maybe one, maybe two, or maybe she'll stop here. But at the end of the day, she needs to take stock and realize that she is a modern woman thinking that she can win. She can't if she makes the wrong choices. She can't win. She cannot win. It is hope that her fans realizes her folly and make corrections in their lives and become high-value women themselves. But chances are they won't. Chances are this will be revisited. Chances are there'll be another celebrity making the same sort of mistakes, being as messy as her. And we'll read about it. We'll say it here on Talk Talk Live because let me tell you something. The feminist lure is strong, especially with those of the urban variety, and they like to make mistakes in a major way. And this is a theme we will revisit in future. It's unfortunate, but you know it's true. Thank you very much for joining me here on Talk Talk Live. We'll be back tomorrow night with another show. I've yet to select that show. They got a few topics up on order for tomorrow. But we will be back tomorrow night on Talk live on IG and YouTube. Again, we're going to try as of next week to get back on our usual schedule of Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays, and really try to knock these out in good time. But thank you very much for joining me here on Talk live on IG and YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Going to get out of here just over an hour. Oh, nearly an hour 30. Well, there you go. So back to my usual times anyways. But thank you very much for joining me. Yeah, as for my team Arsenal, yeah, not exactly the best of results today. As Vladdy Zoo said, it was a draw today. Hopefully they get it together by next week. We got Wolves, but things are getting tighter. Things are getting real tight. And we need to get some wins under the belt. But again, a draw will not do well for us if we don't make amends and get some wins on the board. But again, we're still first, so we still have life and hope within us. So thank you very much for joining me here on Talk live on IG and YouTube. Join me tomorrow for another show. Do look out for me on IG and YouTube for promos as to what that show will be. And we'll be back here tomorrow night on Talk live on IG YouTube at 9 p.m. tomorrow night. All right. Look forward to seeing you then. So we're going to say goodnight on IG. Oh, there we go. Good night on IG and good night on YouTube. We'll say goodbye for now. Good night from